Hello everyone, we are the Power Pop Scholars, a group of POLSC 14 students from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. Today, we'll explore local government units or LGUs and the Sangguniang Kabataan or SK. Governance starts at a local level, directly impacting our communities, and you can play a vital role in it. So let's start. This will be the scope ng talakayan natin ngayon. So unang-una, what is the local government? Provinces, cities, municipalities, and barangays are the territorial and political subdivisions that enjoys local autonomy. The local government units are administrative units tasked with the public service and development of the before-mentioned local subdivisions. So, local governments are the backbone of everyday services like waste management, health clinics, and disaster response. Your barangay captain, if you know them for instance, handles community needs, especially that of the barangay. LGUs bring governance closer to the people, making it easier to address local concerns. So, what is the legal basis of the local government units? So we have here the 1987 Constitution. We have here the Section 5 saying each local government unit shall have the power to create its own sources of revenues and to levy taxes, fees, and charges subject to such guidelines and limitations as the Congress may provide, consistent with the basic policy of local autonomy. Ano ba yung ginagawa ng local government units? Unang-una, LGUs enact ordinances and resolutions through local councils. This is the governance and administration side. We have, for example, the Sangguniang Bayan, the Sangguniang Panglungsod, or the Sangguniang Barangay, and pagdating sa youth level, yung Sangguniang Kabataan nga. For the economic development, tax collection, and then revenue generation, aside from this, they also encourage businesses and industries to operate in their locality. This is the investment promotion part. And then support livelihood programs and local employment activities. Aside from this, the local government units also deliver yung basic services natin for health, yung local health centers, clinics, and public hospitals, education, and then social welfare. So, the 1987 Philippine Constitution, aside from mandating the establishment of local governments, emphasizes that local government should have autonomy. Dito napapasok yung concept of decentralization and devolution. Decentralization means transferring powers from the national government to LGUs. For example, health services like vaccinations are now managed locally. This process is called devolution. It allows the LGUs to decide based on community needs. But it's not without challenges. Some LGUs have more resources than others. For example, a highly urbanized city like Manila would have more resources compared to from where I came from, Marinduque. Hindi ganon kalaki yung taxes, and then this could lead to uneven service delivery. So you have to take that in mind. The Local Government Code of 1991 or RA 7160 details the LGU's roles, and it gives the LGU autonomy on budget management and then delivering services. You can see here, towards this end, the state shall provide for a more responsive and accountable local government structure instituted through a system of decentralization whereby local government units shall be given more powers, authority, responsibilities, and resources. Without the Local Government Code of 1991, the local governments would rely heavily on the national government, and this would slow down services. Without the RA 7160, a process that as simple as kunwari, fixing a street light, this could take weeks, even just a small request like this. Decentralization sets the stage for youth involvement. Empowered LGUs includes empowering local youth. And dito naman papasok yung ating Sangguniang Kabataan. Now, let's focus on youth involvement through the SK. The SK, of course, represents young voices in governance. So what is the Sangguniang Kabataan? This is established also under the Local Government Code of 1991 in order to provide youth representation in barangay councils. It is composed of an SK chairperson, 7 SK members, and then with them, an appointed SK secretary and then an SK treasurer. Qualifications for candidates do have to be 18 to 24 years old, but for the voters, you just have to be 15 to 30 years old as long as you're registered sa Katipunan ng Kabataan. So you, even if hindi ka pa 18, can participate and make a difference. This 2015, we have the RA 10742 or the Sangguniang Kabataan Reform Act of 2015. This strengthens the SK and then imposes anti-dynasty provisions. And it also imposes mandatory training for the SK officials, requiring them to train in order to enhance their skills and capabilities in order to lead their constituents better. And then, this also establishes the SK Federation. Now, what does the SK actually do? Some of their initiatives, they do leadership training and seminars for the youth, a lot of sports and cultural activities, environmental initiatives, cleanup drives, and then community service projects. But it doesn't have to be limited to this. You can play a role in this. Citizens are the heart of democracy. Attending barangay meetings or joining your community initiatives lets you be seen and your voice be heard. Youth, especially, brings fresh ideas and then energy. Yung SK natin has the potential to cultivate leadership skills among the youth while encouraging civic participation and responsibility. It serves as a training ground for future leaders who value accountability, public service, and administrative development. Active and innovative LGUs and SK councils can set benchmarks for national governance, creating pressure to improve policies and then governance across all levels. Politics isn't just for politicians, it's for everyone. You can be involved in a lot of different ways. You can run for the SK, you can propose community projects, you can create studies that can help you hold your local government entities accountable, or it can be as simple as voting. Your actions, no matter how small, create ripple effects in the society. LGUs and SKs are the building blocks of governance. Decentralization empowers local communities, and active participation strengthens our democracy. As young leaders, as students, your contributions matter. After all, change begins where you are. So, here are some discussion points that you can bring with you to test your understanding of the subject. If you want to know more, we have prepared a study guide and reading materials that we encourage you to read in order to have a fuller appreciation of this topic. Once again, we are Powerpuff Scholars. We hope you have learned with us, and then kindly evaluate us then so that we know how you received our presentation and then we know how to improve the next time around. Thank you, everyone.